Okay, so good morning, or whatever time of day you are watching this, and welcome to the 7 a.m. tap in. So, okay, we have a full sequence going here for the month of January. We started at the beginning of the month, moving through all of the different chakra systems in order to move in the direction of our goals. So, whether it was setting a New Year's resolution, or just what it is that you want, or what it is that you want to get rid of in this world, in your life at this time. So last week was the navel chakra, and the whole week was around finding our happiness. What makes us happy? Do something every single day that makes you happy. Okay, and this is important because as we tune into our happiness, we start to move in the direction of what it is that we want. Okay, so this week is about solar plexus and the action center. This is where our willpower resides. So last week was happiness. The week before that was about tuning into the root chakra and our physical bodies. So treating our physical bodies well, and listening to our physical bodies and figuring out what it is our physical bodies need. Finding structure in our own practices so that we can tune into what it is that our body needs, so we can tune into that happiness. And then, of course, the very first week, we were talking about what it is that we want, what it is that we desire, what changes do we want to make in our life. And there's a practice in that particular one that I hope everybody is still doing, because this is about finding success in our goals and in our desires. So you always have that week one to go back to, where it gives you a practice where you just takes a few minutes, and by this time it's so practiced within your own body, about grounding and anchoring and what it is that you want, and knowing that we're going to have some obstacles along the way, but that we can just visualize ourselves in success, because every single day we set intentions, and it is about following through with those intentions. So every day you have an intention. And this now is the solar plexus energy. So this is right where the ribs meet the core area of the body. And this is the energy with which we carry through these intentions that we set every single morning for ourselves. This does not need to be take a lot of time to do. Once you get used to doing this, it flows. So solar plexus is the element of fire. This is our action center. This is the fire in the belly. This is the get up and go. This is the do it. This is also the willpower. So at this point, at the end of January, if you've set a New Year's resolution, it doesn't matter whether you have or not, we all have wants and desires. But this is the time where it starts to waver, where we start to question our why. Okay, why did I want to set this, right? So we have to remind ourselves, okay, why did I want this? Why do I want this? Why do I desire this? Why do I want this in my life? So it is about, okay, reminding ourselves what it is that we wanted, so that we can, so this willpower that gives our willpower a little bit of boost. You're adding a little bit of flame and fire to the willpower. Oh, right, this was my why. This is why I wanted to do this. I wanted to be healthier, or I wanted this to come, I want this to come into my life now. This is also the time of the month where we've got these, okay, sometimes I could follow through, sometimes I didn't. And this is where a lot of the times we tap into, okay, I failed at this. I can't do this, right? We get this voice in our head going, I can't do this. I can never succeed at this. I'm always failing. Everything I want, I can never follow through with it, or I can't do this. And so this is that voice in our head. But I want to say there is no failure. Failure is simply just a message, or a an opportunity for us to figure out what it is that we no longer want or who we no longer want to be. So never look at failure as a bad thing. Look at failure as an opportunity. Okay, today I didn't follow through with what I was going to say. It's not a fail. It is an opportunity to learn and grow a little bit more about ourselves. Okay, so this ego identity of this solar plexus, so this is where our ego resides here in this solar plexus, has two different voices. It has the voices of I can't and I shouldn't and I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy enough. And then it has this voice, so that one comes from fear. Okay, so this ego identity is our self-esteem, it's our self-confidence, it's our courage. It can come from fear, saying we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we can't do it, we always fail. It's that voice of failure. Then we have this other identity in this solar plexus area that comes from love. And it's the one that goes, oh, come on, keep doing this. You can do this. It's that sometimes it's a whisper. And if you tune into it a little more, it gets louder and louder. And it starts to say, yes, you can. Yes, we can do this. Yes, take these steps, just one step at a time. So this week is about tuning into which of these voices have you been listening to? Which of these voices have you been believing in? Because it's a choice. There's, we can believe in one or we can believe in the other. And so this is where I want you to tune into this week, because this is the fire in the belly. So are we going to burn away old beliefs and old thought patterns that we're not good enough, or we don't deserve this, or whatever it is that this ego from fear, the voice likes to tell us, or we fall into a pattern? Or are you going to light up? Because fire is also about bringing light to something. So let's light up what it is that we do want, or who it is we do want to be. So this week's intention, and those of you who have been with me for a while, we've done this before, but as you know, we always have to keep bringing more awareness and bring more fire into all of these practices that we have. So this week's intention is to ask yourself, who do I no longer want to be? And who do I want to be? So who do I no longer want to be? We're no longer going to feed the fire of that ego from fear, who tells you you're not good enough, or you don't deserve it, or you don't have the courage to do this, you don't have the confidence. Okay, so who do you no longer want to be? It's time to burn that person up. And then who do you want to be? This is where we start taking action in the direction of who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Let's light up the fire in that. And that's the ego that comes from love. So today, who do I want to be? Who do I no longer want to do? And what action can I take today to move in the direction of who I want to be? It can be just changing a thought. It can be just changing the way you look at things. But what action, because this is the action center, right? This is the fire in the belly. This is the sun energy, the male energy. What action can I take today to move me in the direction of who it is that I want to be? Or maybe it's, what action can I take today to move away from who I no longer want to be? Let's tap this in. Okay, so let's turn on this light for a little bit more light. Okay, so let's just start by shaking this out. Okay, got the glasses on, bounce, get the arms moving. So let's get some good energy into the body. Nice deep breath. Think of the solar plexus. This is where our confidence, this is where our courage to go in the directions of our dreams come in. This is the willpower, the action center. And this gets so clouded by our fears, our thoughts, that voice in our head that says that we can't, or we shouldn't, or we don't deserve it, or we're not good enough, or we're not smart enough, or we're not whatever it is that that voice tells you. We're not going to believe it anymore. Okay, shake it out. We're going to create who it is that we do want to be, and we're going to let go of who we no longer want to be. So that might take some soul searching. Bring it into what it is a month ago that you said you desired in this world. Right? What resolution did you set, or what desires did you say that you wanted, that now might be wavering, going, yeah, no, I don't think I can have that. I don't think I have the courage to do this. Let's march it out. Let's get it into every part of the body, and through fashion to the cells of the body. Yeah, that's the resolution I set, or that's what I desired a month ago. And I'm going to replant those seeds, and I'm going to put a little bit of fire into the belly, or put some sun into the seeds. Who do I want to be? Who do I no longer want to be? And then bring those hands, and as you bring your knees up, you just touch the opposite knee. And what action can I take today to either move in the direction of who I want to be, or move away from who I no longer want to be? Because sometimes it's about leaning back, away from who it is we no longer want to be. Okay, tap in the belly. Let's go up into that solar plexus. It's like that ribs. If your shoulders allow you to go back behind, let's just tap into this solar plexus area. Willpower. Yeah, the fire in the belly. Oh, sometimes we gotta burn up that fire in the belly so we can burn away what it is we no longer want. Who do we no longer want to be? And then we light it up towards who it is that we do want to be. We don't let the voice of fear guide us anymore. Let's go around the hips and the low back. Another thing I want to bring up is that your ego from love will embrace the unknown, but your ego from fear, embracing the unknown, stepping into the unknown, let's go down on the right side, is a scary thing. And it'll say, no, I want to stay in the known because it's what I'm comfortable with. Let's go over to the left. And so that's where who we no longer wants to be gets trapped. It gets trapped in the known. This is what I know. Okay, so just start to open up your mind to, shake that out. How about stepping into the unknown? Okay, let's rub our hands together. Let's take a nice deep breath, inhale. Shake it out, and let's tap in underneath our eyes. Now, this is the solar plexus, is right the stomach area. And this is the meridian that taps into our stomach meridian. This is where we hold all of our worry, all of our stresses. Now, our solar plexus is also a sensation of our gut instinct. So as we tap in here, if there's so much worry, so worry is just a different form of fear, we can't tap into our gut instinct, our intuition of our gut, because there's so much fear and there's so much worry. So as you tap in here, breathe and release the worry. And then go into the collarbone area. So right across the collarbone. This gets your energy moving in the right direction. So we cleared out a lot of that worry, that fear that resides in the belly. We have the energy moving in the right direction. And then we start to go, okay, that voice from fear, I'm no longer going to listen to that voice. Or I'm going to just become aware of how often I have listened to the voice. And I no longer want to be that person that listens to the voice of fear that tells me I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve what it is that I want. Big breath, and then we're going to go right into our thymus or immune system. Okay, so this is where we're going to bring some gratitude. This is where you want to start to boost your immune system and start to think or see or visualize yourself as the person that you want to be. Who do I want to be? How can I take today? I'm going to take steps to go in the direction towards who it is that I want to be. Right? Or maybe I'm just going to draw in the courage and the confidence to lean back away from who I no longer want to be. And then let's go underneath. Here is metabolism right here. This is the tip of the solar plexus. And yeah, our solar plexus also governs our metabolism, willpower, metabolism, action center, right? So just knowing that this is an area that our ego resides. Do you want to feed the ego of fear, or are we going to feed the ego of love? The choice is ours, and it starts with setting daily intentions. It starts with really bringing awareness into who do I want to be, and what steps, what action steps can I take today to move in the direction of who I want to be? Or the other side, who do I no longer want to be? And what action steps can I take today to move away, back away from who it is I no longer want to be? Tap into last week's happiness. What made you happy? Move in that direction. Namaste.